man. Damn, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. Before smoking that dead ass nigga, he a pack, man. That nigga a new pack. Who that is? Pop-Off! Let's do that. Y'all know I was gonna do it. First one, dead ass nigga. Fire ass up. Let's do that. Let's do that. How about the car don't fall on your face? And I'm smoking a brother that caught in the palm.
Up the box on his ass, he think she sweet. Free girl with it done about the whole east. Little crack on book him if he lookin' sweet. Back on forever on go. On that car, them niggas ain't ball. You think I'm lagging, watch I come out the cold. Can't kill nowhere, he the mini hoe. Sit for a battle, he beat up the road. Can't remember where you going, he run too slow.
Police officers are now indicted on charges related to a deadly crash last year. Last May, in fact, Ontario Malone and Marcavius Williams were involved in a crash at Ethel Street and Park Avenue in Orange Mound. That crash killed one woman and injured 3 others.
We continue to follow breaking news at midday. A 15-year-old is dead after a shooting overnight in Memphis. The shooting happened just after 1 in the morning at this apartment complex on Erie Drive. That's right off Ridgeway Road and Hickory Hill. Police say the teen was shot and taken to Regional 1 in critical condition, where he later died. There's no word on a suspect or motive at this time.
I'm gonna be real and say this out the gate, fam. Growing up, I used to pray to be 18 years old. At a very early age, you start seeing, at least where I'm from, and I'm sure many people can attest to this, people losing their life at a very early age.
I hate that cut.
Incarcerated. And if that's all
you know, with the little shit on the back. Now he just got that from Whitbread's name was Rockstar.
And I say that because today we
and
talk
he went
about
to jail
two
for
Memphis
murdering
siblings who lost their life before
folks,
the age
or I
of
think
18.
the barber or
The female
something.
just had a baby just 1 month prior, with both incidents happening 2 years
He
ago.
didn't set a
Less than
train.
24 hours
It's
ago,
crazy.
a Memphis, Tennessee rapper who's only 15 years old with the highest education as a middle schooler had lost his life, according to his mother, which we'll later elaborate on, who shared this incident via social media and said her son was gunned down in his sleep. Today we go over this story, this troubling neighborhood.
Gunned down in his
respects.
sleep?
We
Is
also
that
talk
what
about a
folks
sibling
said?
who lost her life exactly 2 years prior. Not to mention, after doing my research, the alleged suspects had wasted no time going to social media.
You know this.
So as
You
we
know
break
this.
this one down, fam, I want you guys to remember
That's
the
original,
angle. I just
ain't
gave
it?
you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it.
I would appreciate that, y'all.
Born February 16, 2006, she was only 17 years old when she lost her life on May 6, 2023. A month prior, she had her first child, her son. She also had 2 brothers that was local rappers in the Memphis, Tennessee area, with the oldest being identified as Baby CEO Trail and the youngest being identified as Pop-Off Great. Baby CEO Trail and Pop-Off Great got music together like on
Pop-Off Great is crazy name.
191,000 views and counting.
Sit for a battle, he beat up the road. Can't remember where you going, he run too slow. All the person feeling or something in twin.
Now, I'm not sure why,
Nah.
but in the siblings' pictures, they was
It just
heavily
be the
involved
flow
in
whole
black
time.
culture. The brothers had represented Great, and the sister, she had represented Hoover. And as far as Jasmine, as mentioned back on May 6, 2023, she lost her life after running from authorities. And even though she ran, 2 Memphis police officers had did an illegal chase, which eventually led her to crash. Even worse, they fled the scene. The officers was identified as Ontario Malone and Martavius
What?
Williams,
They fled the
both
scene?
being charged with 2 counts of leaving the scene of an accident involving death, 6 counts of official misconduct, 4 counts of leaving the scene of an accident, according to court records.
Where the
Even
murder
later,
charge at, though?
2025,
You know what I'm talking about?
trial. The reason why they did that pursuit still hasn't been released to the public. The crash happened just before 3 a.m. Officers responded to 1 vehicle crash at Ethel Park. Apparently 3 people was in the car. 1 male, 1 female, all juveniles, and 1 juvenile, who happens to be Jasmine, had lost her life on the scene. May she rest in peace.
Who is
Condolences
tipping
to
them
her
up?
family. The same months later, her mom had sued Shelby County Police Department for $1.5 million. As of now, that lawsuit is still ongoing.
A police chase gone wrong. 2 former
I think
Memphis
she
police
might win
officers
that
were
too.
indicted after an unauthorized police chase ended in a deadly crash last May. This all happened at the intersection of Ethel and Park in Orange Mound. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Darcy Thomas.
I'm Daryl Green, and tonight we found out those officers left the scene of the crash without providing aid to the victims. Fox 13
That's
Sierra Jordan is
crazy
live in
to me,
Orange
man.
Mound. Sierra, not only
How
are
you
those
just do
officers now
shit like
facing
that?
charges in Memphis, they no longer have jobs in Hernando.
Darcy, Darrell, as of this morning, they're currently without a job in Hernando. But before Hernando, the officers used to work for the Memphis Police Department. Then they began working for the Hernando Police Department. But like I said, as of this morning, they've resigned from their jobs in Hernando, and now they're facing criminal charges for that deadly chase. Now, according to an affidavit, the former Memphis police officers, Marquavius Williams and Arterian Malone Jr., were involved in a police pursuit last year without authorization. That chase ended in a deadly crash at Park and Ethel in Orange Mound in May of last year. 17-year-old Jasmine Kynes was killed in that crash. 4 other people were also hurt in the crash. Now, records show they failed to report the pursuit, did not provide aid to the victims, and left the scene. The 2 former officers were indicted on 6 counts of leaving the scene of an accident involving death or injury, and they're also facing 6 more counts of official misconduct. Now, both officers resigned while under investigation. We did reach out to Memphis Police Department, but they said they do not comment on ongoing litigation. Now, their bond arraignment is scheduled for late June. Daryl, Darcy.
That is Fox 13, Sierra Jordan live tonight. Sierra, thank you.
Now, Jasmine Brothers will continue to rap, but her little brother, who was just turning 14 years old when she lost her life, had made a name for himself as pop-off great, as mentioned before, gaining hundreds of thousands of views almost every drop at just 15 years old while dissing his alleged ops.
And
just an hour of the same day, 2 years later, of the anniversary of his sister Jasmine losing her life, Pop-Off Great will lose his life while sleeping inside his home alongside his mom and his brother. Now, the officer said they were called to the shooting just before 1:15.
Laying next to him is crazy.
Ridgeway Boulevard, and found a boy had been shot, which rushed to Regional 1 Health, where he later died. May he rest in peace. A level of condolences to his family. This area is known for crime. A year prior, a teenage woman had lost her life inside her own apartment after being armed and being moments later. The suspect was later arrested. He was identified as a 15-year-old boy whose name wasn't released to the public.
That's crazy.
A 15-year-old was gunned down inside of a Hickory Hill apartment complex. Where the shooting happened is well known to police and WREG. Here's more from our Jarita Patterson on the complex where that attack happened that is already facing a lawsuit.
Despite this Hickory Hill complex being surrounded by an iron gate, violence managed to make its way in overnight, leaving some reconsidering where they call home.
So I really don't even want to live over here no more.
How long have you lived over here?
It's not even been a year, man.
Gotcha.
It's not even been a year, and it's just wow.
Just after 1 a.m., police were called to the Boulevard apartment, one turn off Ridgeway. Detectives discovered a teenager shot. The 15-year-old victim was rushed away, critically injured. Sadly, he did not survive. This attack was unsettling, to say the least, especially for the man we spoke with, who says this is not the first time violence has come disturbingly close.
And the kids were in the house when my partner died in our house. The dude ran in our house to kill my partner, and he succeeded.
This is a complex your news leaders are all too familiar with.
Crazy.
Just last month, Chief Investigator Jessica Gertler spoke with the attorney representing the family of 19-year-old Aaliyah Kyles, who police say was sexually assaulted and killed inside her own apartment last year at the same complex. A 17-year-old has since been arrested and charged. Aaliyah Kyles' parents filed a wrongful death lawsuit.
This apartment complex seems to be the epicenter of crime in the Hickory Hill area.
The attorney representing Kyle's parents went on to share her findings from July 2019 to July 2024, following hundreds of incident reports to include 5 homicides, 85 aggravated assaults, 224 assaults, 54 burglaries or break-ins, and 28 weapon violations. Waking up to bullet holes is certainly not what those living here were expecting. There's still a lot that's being worked out, but we can tell you the gentleman we spoke with telling us he's now working to get out of a lease.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
For your news leader, Jarita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
Another life taken too soon, and we reached out to management at that apartment complex.
Now, Pop-Off Great Mom had went to Facebook and said the following, giving further clarification on what happened that night she lost her son. For MF to shoot my house up and kill my son while he was asleep will never sit well with me. That's an effing coward's move, but God got y'all. She also wrote, I'm just saying, all this slick shit y'all posting in Greenwood, Keep that shit to yourself. This ain't the time for all that ignorant shit. Grow the fuck up. Now you gotta
She
play
just mad because they had Hardline.
called OTC, only crack babies. I can't make this up. They used to identify themselves as Trula. That instantly went live. The brag gonna pop off great, acting like they was the one who allegedly did it. Check it out.
Okay, man. Damn, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. For smoking that dead ass nigga, he a pack, man. That nigga a new pack. Who that is? Papa! Let's do that. Y'all know I was gonna do it. First one, dead ass nigga. Fire ass up. Let's do that. Let's do that. How about the car don't fall on your face? And I'm smoking a brother that caught in the palm. I'm smoking 2K, man. Damn.
Like the title say, fam, we praying for 18. It's a very unfortunate situation. We just talked about a young man, just 15 years old, with the highest education as a middle schooler, but getting hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube as a rapper dissing his opposition. And the sad part is the group who went live allegedly live in that apartment complex. So you got them knowing where you live at, putting yourself and your family at risk, but you not know no better, because you young. But now your house gets shot up, or your apartment, having you lost your life. Thank God no one else was injured. It's crazy, it's unfortunate, and not to mention this come only an hour after the 2-year anniversary of you losing your sister. I'm praying for everyone who was involved. I'm praying for everyone who was affected. Fam, let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like.
I ain't gonna cap. I will say R.I.P. to Lil Bro and shit like that and his sister and shit, but I don't understand, like, I mean, I know you a kid and stuff, but it's like, it just be crazy how niggas just sit there and beef with somebody who live right across the street from them, or who live right next door to them. You know what I'm saying? And they say we really be, how we really be. Y'all probably used to be cool. And it's like, so niggas like getting free scores up, because it's like, I'm beefing with somebody I already know where they live at. Or it's like getting one up on somebody. It's no different than walking to somebody slapping them that you already knew. It's different than walking up to a stranger. You know what I'm saying? It's like because you already knew you had one up. That's why you even did it. So it's like, I mean, but they kids and shit like that, but you feel me? It just be ridiculous to me. You beefing with somebody like that tough, like beefing with somebody like that much, and y'all live like next door. That's corny for real. But RIP to them one more again, and if y'all enjoyed the video, you feel me? Y'all leave a like, subscribe if y'all not. Till next time.